Yeah, the topic here is finding derivatives using generalized power rule. So first of all, the power rule we know it's x, derivative of x to the n is nx n minus 1. Of course, we're talking the derivative with respect to x, right? Same thing here. Now the difference with generalized power rule, think of u. U is right here. It's a function of x. So if you have a function of x to the n and you try to find its derivative, it's the same. It's almost the same as power rule n un minus 1, except that you need to multiply by u prime of x in this case, right? All right. So let's do example 1 so we can understand what we're talking about. So here f of x is equal to x plus 1 to the fifth. We're trying to find f prime. So think of the inside as a u. So this is the u. So according to the generalized power rule, f prime of x supposed to be equal 5 u. This is the u. Remember, I'm saying u is equal to x plus 1. So 5 u to the n minus 1, which is 5 minus 1, times u prime. U prime means 2x plus 1 prime, right? Now all you need is one more step. 5, 2x plus 1, 5 minus 1 is 4, and the derivative of 2x plus 1 is just 2. We're done. All we need to do is simplify it. This is our derivative, just make it look nice. So I'm going to multiply 2 by 5. I can't distribute the 2 because of the 4. So this is 10 to x plus 1 to the fourth, and I'm done. This is what we mean with generalized power rule. Let's do another one. Again, y is equal, whatever is bit inside the parentheses is what we call a u, always. So dy dx is equal 3. Remember the 3, you move it here. So 3 u to the n minus 1, n minus 1 means 3 minus 1, times u prime, times derivative of the inside. Right? Now this is equal to 3x squared plus 5. Now 3 minus 1 is just 2. And the derivative of 3x squared plus 5, we did those on the previous example, multiply 2 by 3, you get 6x, 2 minus 1 is x, plus derivative of 5 is 0, so it's gone. One more step and I'm out. Dy dx is equal to 6 times 3, 6x times 3 is 18x, and then 3x squared plus 5 squared. So we're done about this example. Here, it's almost like the previous example. You have a radical. For us to use the general power rule, we need to have the exponent. So what we can do, we can rewrite our function. If you rewrite the function, this is the same thing as 3x minus 7. Remember, square root means the same thing as the exponent is 1/2. So that's our function. I haven't done the derivative yet. So therefore, the derivative, so we do the same thing. Generalized power rule says you move 1/2 here. So it's 1/2, 3x minus 7. And then the exponent is 1/2 minus 1. And don't forget the derivative with respect to x of the inside. Right? Now f prime of x is equal 1/2. And then 3x minus 7. 1/2 minus 1 is a negative 1/2, and the derivative of 3x minus 7 is just 3. Now this is the same thing. I'm going to multiply 3 by 1/2, so it's going to give me 3/2. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to write 3x minus 7 to negative 1/2 as 1 over 3x minus 7 to 1/2. Remember, I'm using this. Anything to negative 1/2 is the same thing as 1 over x 1/2, right? In other words, x minus n is the same thing as 1 over xn. When you move something to the denominator, the exponent changes the sign. Now here we have only one more step and we're done. So 2 times 1 over 1/2 means square root of 3x minus 7. And this example, we're done. So for example 4, there's only a little difference. So this is the same thing as previous example, except square root is in the denominator, so I'm still going to do 3x minus 7 to 1 half, right? Like we did in the previous example, except now I need to move this to the top, so it becomes 3x minus 7 to negative 1 half. Remember, you change the sign when you move something from the denominator to the numerator or from the numerator to the denominator. Now here, to find the derivative, the negative 1 half comes here, the generalized power rule, so negative 1 half, 3x minus 7. Now negative 1 half minus 1, let me do it in 2 steps. And then don't forget the derivative of the inside, of the u, right? Now f prime of x is equal negative 1 half 3x minus 7. Negative 1 half minus 1 is negative 3 halves. And derivative of 3x minus 7 is 3. Now again, I'm going to multiply these two. I'm going to get minus 3 half. And I'm going to move that into the denominator. And this becomes 3 half. And a last, I'm going to put negative 3 here. This is 2. And using the formula of the exponent, this becomes 3x minus 7. This is cube. And the square, the 2 goes here, but we don't write it. So this will be the answer, the final answer. And that's it for these examples.